Diego Doriso, the head of the Seed Association of the Americas. I'm very glad to be sitting down with you today, Diego. Great to see you.
Great to see you too, Sean. And thank you so much for this interview.
My pleasure. You've got some excitement coming up this year, Diego. You've got SAA Congress coming up in September. Can you tell us about what people can expect from the SAA Congress this year? Like, what are you personally excited about with this event?
Yes, I would say the opportunity to reconnect with people, with friends, with colleagues. Our last SAA Congress in person was in 2018. So 3 years later, we will be able to connect, to do business, to chat, to dialogue, to discuss. And it's not only about the Congress itself, it's also about the working groups, the networking. So we're really excited. It's not only myself, but I know our members that are willing this Congress to happen because there is still need to do meetings face to face. Although we have managed very well virtually, now it's time to see our faces again.
Hallelujah. I couldn't agree with you more, Diego. Well said. So I've been to your event before. I think we know that it has always had a very heavy focus on regulatory. And this year, an additional focus for this year's Congress is trade and creating opportunities for members to do business. Can you tell me a little bit more about what your vision is for that?
Yes, exactly, Sean. And you use the precise word because we will keep the regulatory way of doing our Congress, let's say it that way, but also trading, business, it's an important portion of our Congress. It has been a demand from our members, but also from seed companies outside the Americas. And as per the registration so far, we have seen that there is a lot of interest. And probably if you track or you compare databases with other international seed events, you see people and companies that have not attended any other seed events. So, and probably mostly around the South American medium and small size seed company, in addition to those that usually attend other seed events. So trading will be a very important part of our show, and we have great expectations. And let me announce this part also, Sean, about this cooperation agreement we have with the Seedwell Group. So we do have great expectation about this partnership also, because you guys have a lot of value added, and the synergy between SAA and Seedwell Group definitely will bring benefits to seed companies.
Yeah, I echo that excitement. I think this is a great opportunity to bring together companies from all over the globe so that they can continue to do business and grow and make those connections with those small, medium-sized seed companies and large seed companies throughout South and North America.
Yes. And you know, Sean, it's if we can call traditional business the way seed trade was before these black swans like the war or the COVID situation. So will the industry keep with this traditional business, or shall we discover a new way of doing business? So let's see if SAA could be a good platform for that.
Well said. When you look at what the topics that you anticipate being a key focus for this year's Congress, what kind of things are top of mind, Diego, from a topic standpoint?
So we divide our Congress in different portions, and we have the plenary session with its own agenda, where you can see all the topics within the Congress webpage. But mostly those topics in the plenary session will address how to promote and facilitate seed trade within the Americas. Of course, you have a big portion of the regulatory portion of doing business. And we also include a new technologies, a part of the agenda. And it's not only about new technologies within the seeds in germplasm, but also all around the seeds. The seed business is no longer only germplasm. It's a lot of things around the germplasm. So I think our Congress, through the plenary session, but also through the exhibition floor and the poster session, what we call the innovation floor, participants will be able to find a lot of new releases and new information.
Excellent. There's a lot going on.
Yes.
There's a lot going on. Yeah, that's exciting.
We have the trading floor, the exhibition floor, the innovation floor, which is the poster session, and the plenary session.
Fantastic.
And of course, all the networking happening around the corridors, which is a very important part of the conference.
A lot of our listeners and viewers are familiar with their national seed associations. And Seed Association of the Americas is a regional seed association. Can you tell me a little bit about how do those fit together? What are some of the synergies? How does it fit together?
Yes, so National Seed Association are a very important assets that each country has to facilitate business for its members, the seed companies. This National Seed Association have a national agenda mostly, but they have joined regional association or international federations in order also to be part of the international discussion. Seed trade is global. Seed business is global. And the SAA, as a regional seed association that gathers Canada, US, Mexico, Chile, Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay, Colombia, Peru. So the region, most of the region within the Americas. So coming together around the same table, bringing the concerns, the burning issues, trying to identify topics, common topics for all the members in order to find solutions. SAA is a great platform for that. So to promote and to facilitate seed trade, you need to work close with regulators, with government officials. And that's an important asset that SAA has. We have been able to be the association to represent our members with a unified voice in front of the governments, the regulatory offices. So we provide a forum, a platform for our members, the National Seed Association and its members, seed companies, to come together and discuss regional topics with the regulators.
And so if I'm a member of a national association in North or South America, I can come to the Seed Association of the Americas meeting?
Yes, definitely you can, and I think you should, for the interest and for the benefit of your business.
Nice. Agreed. Diego, what do you feel are some of the biggest opportunities for the SAA members that you're working with now, and how does SAA help to facilitate that?
Again, kind of same answer. So the big opportunities is bringing their expertise, because also one of the benefits we have is we say we are a platform, we are a forum, but what we need is the expertise, the knowledge. And who have this expertise and knowledge? Seed company people, National Seed Association staff people. So SAA itself, it's not enough. It's the people that gathers around SAA. Okay, and that's why we have working groups. We have 4 working groups: intellectual property, plant-breeders' rights, plant breeding innovation, biotechnology, seed phytosanitary, and seed treatments. So those working groups are integrated by seed company people and National Seed Association people. And I think that's a big asset of SAA.
So last year you told Seed World, and I'm going to read the quote to make sure I get you captured as smart as you were when you said it. There are a lot of challenges in the Americas with the implementation of UPOV 91. Since there are many countries under UPOV 78 Act, while few others have already moved to UPOV 91. There's been some progress on the matter, but it's extremely slow considering the benefits that could bring to farmers, breeders, governments, and other stakeholders. What needs to happen, Diego, in order to move the needle on this?
Yes, I will say that is one of our major challenges within SAA. How to support our members within the national discussions and advocacy efforts towards the movement from UPOV 78 Act legislations to UPOV 91. Because also the landscape is not the same within each country. I will say, although the problem is the same, the way the situation is or the landscape is different. Because in some countries, you have NGOs against this. In some other are politicians, or in some other are farmers' unions. Okay? So different stakeholders presenting similar arguments against IP rights or plant-based rights. Part of the solution definitely needs to come through a, let's say, come together. We need to identify key stakeholders. We need to bring all these key stakeholders around the same table with a win-win spirit. At the end of the day, I think today the discussion is not about the value of genetics, the value of the germplasm or the plant variety, or the value of the technology. Farmers and governments recognize how important are new varieties, or biotech, or plant breeding innovation. So everyone recognizes that. So the discussion is who this or how this technology should be recognized. Who should manage the royalty collection system? How the royalties should be distributed? Which should be the amount of the royalty? And I think the discussion needs to shift from that scope. And that is a huge challenge.
And an ongoing conversation.
Definitely an ongoing conversation.
Speaking of technology, Argentina was one of the first, if not the first, to have gene editing regulations in place in South America. But then shortly after that, countries like Brazil, Colombia, Paraguay, Chile, and then very recently, Honduras and Guatemala all developed regulations. They all state that if no foreign DNA is found in the final product, then the resulting product will be considered non-GM. Canada and the United States have taken similar regulatory paths. And my question for you is, in your opinion, what does this mean for seed innovation across the Americas?
It means opportunities, definitely. Opportunities, competitive advantages for our farmers, and definitely for our economies. But also, it means that we have been having good networking, good recognition between regulatory offices. Because as you said, it started with Argentina and some other countries, but then this discussion scale up to other countries, to other regulatory offices with similar results. So that also brings predictability to our companies. And you know, when you have predictability, that's very important asset for a business, not only for seed business, for any business. So I think that is very important. Now I think we need to challenge the system. Regulations are in place. Seed companies are investing in developing new technologies through plant breeding innovation, gene editing. And now it's time to see how the system operates in practice. And we know that it's happening. And things seems to be moving smoothly, which is good news.
Yeah, which is great news. Which is great news.
It is. It is. And then if you compare with other regions around the globe, well, and that's why I started saying we have competitive advantages. We are bringing solutions, which I think others will not get access to these benefits.
I think probably the number one question that I get asked over the last 6 months, especially, is from North American companies looking to figure out how to do business in South America and South American companies looking to do business in North America. Diego, is the Seed Association of America's Congress a good place for them to either dip their toe in the water, jump in up to their knees, jump in up to their waist, or dive in head first? Is it a good opportunity to start that process?
Definitely it is. Counter-seasonal production is becoming more and more important. And we know that many companies based in North America are looking at some South American countries, but they are trying also to widen that list, adding more countries. And the SAA Congress is a great platform to meet people, to understand how the business works here, to understand or learn about the conditions, the different regulatory frameworks for each country, the different agroclimatic conditions for each country. So the SAA Congress currently is the only seed congress that gathers the Americas. You have national seed congresses, but the regional seed congress, this is the only one. So definitely the answer to your question, Sean, is this is a great platform to make business. You can't miss it.
Beautiful. Well, I personally look forward to seeing you in Punta del Este in September. What are the dates, Diego?
September 26th to September 28th. So it's a 3 days Congress. And this time for the very first time, we are planning to have also a roundtable about cannabis and hemp regulatory production and trade. Let's see how it works. It's something that we have been receiving as a demand. You know that some countries have already in place regulations to produce and seeds for hemp and cannabis. And I think it's time to start also providing this information to these seed companies.
Fantastic. As always, sir, great to see you, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Sean, and thank you very much, Seedwell Group, for this opportunity. And we look forward to meeting you all in Punta del Este.